Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Markets with Morning Joe. I am your host, Joe, and I'm enjoying a cup of coffee. I hope you are too. As we dive into today's markets, what a week, what a month! Holy cow! It has been very interesting, very fascinating. A lot of volatility. Let's see. Sorry about all the lights, guys. I need to get better lighting. Anyhow, so Nvidia posted earnings last night. Like the markets have been awaiting this moment for weeks now, and so much was pending these earnings, which ended up being great earnings. However, it turned out to be a non-event for the most part, at least so far. Nvidia, here it is on the right side of my screen. Right now, you could see it's a little bit up from last night, 134. Well, I'm sorry, 135. My guess is this is probably going to probably sell off today. I wouldn't be surprised. It's gapping up in the morning, which it's right up into all of this resistance. I would have, my guess, my take on this is if it was going to go higher, it would have gone higher last night. The fact that it's, like last night after earnings, it went up a little bit and then it dropped and then it kind of settled around 130, 131. And now you can see it's kind of, it looks like it's going to gap up, but I wouldn't be surprised if this sold off today. And here's a chart on the left of the semiconductor ETF, and it's got this wedge bearish. Well, I wouldn't call it a bearish wedge. I mean, it's up tremendously, but this leg here and all of this tells me that it wants to go lower, right? I don't know, with everything with the Nvidia says that semiconductor space is going to continue to go higher. So maybe it will break through to the upside. But right now it's not. If I make this larger and if I take this a little bit higher, it's kind of trading right on the line right here, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing drops from 282 200. That's 82 points. So 82 points from this high, 270. This will drop back down to about 190. I mean, that's assuming the markets really break down. And so far, I mean, it's been a very, very choppy year in the S&P and the Qs. So if I go to the S&P, where the hell is it? The markets are so. I'm gonna switch to full screen. The markets, it's like it's so split between the bulls and the bears, and these last couple of weeks really were the make or break. And maybe it's just taking a little bit longer. I mean, on a weekly chart, we're still strong. It's holding at the 20-day moving average as of now. It's been very, very choppy. If I go to the daily, the market's been selling off for the last 5 to 6 days, really ever since last Thursday. With options X last week, it was crazy selling last Friday, and it's just been down ever since. So the market had a fake, like a breakout right here on last Wednesday, right? It looked like the market was gonna go higher and possibly. But I said it last week in one of my videos. I said I want to see a weekly close above the previous highs, and that would tell me for sure that the market's going higher. I said I want to see 2, 3, 4 days and a weekly close higher, but we didn't get that. We got 1, 2 days above, and then it was a fake breakout. and it's been down ever since. And now on the daily, we're trading below the 50-day moving average. Now we're still into a lot of support. So, nothing awful has really happened. I mean, today, if the markets are going to continue to sell after today, we could definitely see the markets fall, down to 580, right? Um, but that's still not horrible. If it gets below that, once it breaks this trend line right here and it gets below 575, then yeah, I would say, okay, this thing's probably gonna, really start to come down a lot further. Um, so we'll see. We've got a lot more support in the 565 range, but for it to fall below 575, that's going to take a lot. That's going to take quite a bit. All right, same thing goes with the Qs. Basically, it's pretty much right here. This is the level you want to look for, 500. If it falls below 500, then your next support would be 485. If it breaks that, we could probably fall back down into the somewhere between 420 and 450, right? So it's been amazing. I mean, you just got to watch what the markets do, and then if you're a trader, you trade trend. Right now, the trend is down so far until proven otherwise. All right. So Tesla has been getting murdered. I mean, really slaughtered, and it had a fake breakout one day last week on what day was it? It was Wednesday, right? It went up all the way to 367. It looked like it was gonna possibly go to the 370 range, and it was a fake breakout, kind of like the market, and then that's it. It just fucking got slaughtered ever since, and now it's below the trend line, and we've got a gap here at 250, 256. If I go to the Fibonacci, where's my fib? What did I have it set to last time? I can't remember. We'll go from here, or should I just go from the lows? Let's go to a weekly. If I go from this low to this high, oops, my bad. Stay tuned. Let me try that again. Okay. All right. So right now, from this previous low in April last year up to the all-time high, we have made more than a 50% correction, and we're almost at a 618 retrace, right? And that 618 retrace aligns with the 50-day moving average right around 270. So, I mean, as of yesterday, honestly, I thought yesterday we were going to come all the way down to 280, and towards the end of the day, it ended up going higher, right? Right before the market closed, it kind of rebounded. So, there's some positive news on Tesla this morning. I saw something. I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw something on X that they got their patents for um, their sensors for the cars. I don't know, something about the autonomous driving, and so that could finally be the catalyst to push Tesla back up higher, or maybe not. I mean, look at it. It gapped up into this pivot low right here at 296 right now. So that's probably, if the markets do sell off, that's a good point to start a short, probably back down to 280 and possibly even 275 ish. And who knows, this thing could go lower from there. I mean, the way this has been selling off, I wouldn't be surprised to see it at 250. So if I go from the high here, 489. I mean, it's definitely oversold. All right, like it's more than satisfied the measured move from the top here, 489 to 375. All right, let's call it 115, right? 115 from 440. 115. That would be 3.25, which brings it down to here. Okay, and then it had a leg up, and then it's been slaughtered ever since, along with the rest of the market. So all of this is with the market, but man, somebody really wants this thing down to back to 250, you know. But whatever, take it. I mean, that's a great buy, and you'll probably never get it that low again. So, but you know, I guess um, we'll see what happens today, this week. You know, I mean, if it happens, it's definitely gonna, at the rate that it's been going. You know, Tesla moves fast, whether it's going up or down, it goes fast. So it's gonna happen in the next few days. Just eat it up, I suppose. Let's talk about, oh, you know what, skip MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, wow, back up to 296. Holy shit. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wow. Um, yeah, that's more like it. Okay, so I suspect Bitcoin and MicroStrategy are gonna go lower. I told you, I've been telling you guys for weeks, ever since I started it, ever since my first episode, I've been telling you guys Bitcoin's coming down. Y'all ain't want to listen to me. You argue with me. I told you it's coming down. Ever since this topping tail, really ever since that topping tail, and this one just fucking put a nail in the coffin for me. And I've been hammering it, telling you guys it's going lower. Y'all don't want to listen, but look what happened. All right, so from this measured move, from this pivot high right here, 109, let's just call it 1010 because my math sucks, down to this low right here, 91. All right, so let's call it 92. So we'll round up, and that's 18K. 18K from this red bar high right here. So let's call it 102 minus 18. What do you get? 102 minus 18. Help me out here. Oops, sorry. 102 minus 18. Well, let's just say 102 minus 20. 102 minus, good Lord, I'm horrible. What's that, 82,000? Look, people, look where it closed yesterday. Yesterday, tagged 802. Good Lord. Math, the charts don't lie, okay? They tell you. Follow the charts. Trend analysis. I love it. Took me a while to learn this shit, but I love it now. All right, so it got to bounce off 82,000. As you can see, it's trading into this pivot low right here, 86-ish. You know, it's either gonna, you know, sell off today or the next day with the rest of the market, or it's gonna consolidate. It could go higher. You know, if the markets continue to go higher, then Bitcoin's gonna go back up to, you know, 91, possibly, you know, 90, mid 90s, right? But now all of this is resistance. This is all overhead. I don't think it's gonna go any higher. You've got your moving averages trending lower. This is all overhead, guys. So you know, even if it gets a bounce up to the mid 90s, it's going lower, right? This thing's going lower down to the, you know, at least 75,000, you know, 76, 77, and probably lower into, you know, into this, you know, right here, you know, high 60s. So, you know, the same. Ethereum is not as bad. I think Ethereum is actually close to bottoming out, although I could be very wrong about that too. If I look at the Ethereum chart, long term, there is a good level of support on this right here. This trend line that I've got, it's been a really good support, and it tagged it already. You know, a couple of weeks ago when we had that Ethereum crash, right? That giant margin call. I don't know who it was. You know, ironically, it sold off even further than the whole Ethereum thing that happened last week when somebody from North Korea or South Korea, wherever, you know, basically stole Ethereum. But I think this is a good level of support. However, if I look at the chart, if I go based off the chart, right, 4,100 down to about 29, that's 1,100. 1,100 from here takes it to 23. So we're there now. But if I go from here, 4,100 down to here, that's 2,000, right? So 2,000. I don't think this is going to $800, but who knows? I mean, if there's a serious crash, then can we go back to $800? Yeah, anything's possible, I suppose, but probably not. I think we'll see. And also, there's a cup and handle going on here. You see this? This cup right here, and this is all chop handle. Plus here, this seems to be forming possibly a head and shoulders pattern. So if Ethereum bounces from here back up to the 4,000 plus range, you know, this could turn into a head and shoulders. You know, which if it were, you'd go from 2,000 to approximately 4,000. So that's $2,000, $2,000 from here. You'd be up to like 6,500. But also, if you measure the bottom of the cup, 900 to here, 3,600. So that's 2,600. 2,600 from here-ish would be about over 6,000. So one way or the other, I think Ethereum is going to over 6K soon. Solana's got more lower to go. This has also got a nice, beautiful cup and handle. But I think Solana's going lower. My guess is, I don't know if it's going to go as low as 105, possibly 100. If I measure it on the daily, 297 down to 177, that's 120 points. And if I measure again from here, the very next red right there was 120 points. So 120 from 219, that's 100. So this could very well go down to 100. I mean, I don't know if it's going to go that low or if it's going to stall out at around 120. Right here, somewhere in this area, there's a lot of support right here. But if the selling is bad enough, it can go lower, down to 100. So MicroStrategy is going to follow whatever Bitcoin's doing, and I my guess is this is going back down to the 200 range at some point, right? So, all right, 17 minutes, guys. We're almost out of time. There's so much to cover. Really, so much is going on. So much has gone on in the last week. Some stocks are doing well. Other stocks are getting humbled. But I'll cut it here for now. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to post many videos. I've had so much going on these last couple of weeks. But hopefully you guys get something out of this video, and please share it, like it, subscribe to it, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Good luck in the markets. Take care.